Hey Sparkles, my name is Linnea Ann, also known as Mimi, also known as Ann, also known as Miss Blobfish, and right now I'm heading home from Chuck E. Cheese. Oh my goodness, it's changed. So the person that's driving me back will not be on camera today, but she still wants to talk about this with me. And honestly, we're talking about Chuck E. Cheese here. So I grew up at Chuck E. Cheese having animatronics, having slides and things, which with COVID, it makes sense that there wouldn't be that kind of stuff, right?
I mean, maybe more so, but
I have a lot of people in my community, not here on YouTube because you guys are awesome, but people in my personal community that have told me, oh, we don't go to Chuck E. Cheese because they don't have all that old stuff, or the pizza's disgusting, or blah, blah, blah. And here's the thing, some of the things that they're discussing is all about timing. The pizza, I noticed when I got it right away and I picked it up right away, it was streamy, it was delicious. As soon as you gave it time, just a little bit of time, a few minutes of extra time sitting, that's when it got hard and it wouldn't pull anymore. It's all really is about timing and how much time are you getting to your food and how much time are you doing that. Now they probably have a way. There's probably a way for them to get better cheese that will last longer, that will have that length longer, right?
Yes, probably, yeah. There's
things that can probably do that, but they're a conglomerate, like a large company.
Yes.
And so I can understand why they wouldn't have certain things. I liked it. I liked the pizza. Did you like your salad?
The salad bar was immaculate.
It was a good salad bar?
It was so clean. It was very fresh.
Mm-hmm.
There was always somebody back there like adding more ice or using it's something to clean around each little food container. It was very fresh. Yes.
Now
very nice.
Now I do have something to say, something negative to say, and you guys know I really don't like talking negatively, but the workers at this specific one looked like they did not want to be there.
Yes.
And it wasn't even the front table. The tables, the people in charge of behind the counter, the person in charge of hosting was amazing. They were like great energy. It was the people that had to go dance with Mickey. Not Mickey, sorry.
Yeah,
Chuck E. Cheese. Sorry, the other mouse. Sorry, I wasn't meaning to bring Disney into this. But with Chuck E. Cheese, they weren't good. And we were talking before I filmed this that they need showmen. And she's like, and you said,
like, maybe better training. They're getting paid and they won't even smile. They roll their eyes like they can't believe they have to do this dance again. And there's kids there that are really excited to be there.
And you can tell just by watching them that the kids match their level, and so they're not as excited. And I feel like that has something to do with the experience. My thought was maybe hiring actual actors in the area. It's not a good paying job, but it could be a great opportunity for blooming actors who want to get into different stuff like that.
Or maybe actors that are in high school, like, performances, because it looked kind of like high school ages. So if they're already doing musicals and plays, this might be a really good experience to,
get people that are getting into the system and getting into acting in general, or getting into wanting to know the behind the scenes of stuff, like getting young people that want to be there and if they don't want to be there, pretend to be there.
Yes,
they're willing to pretend
be there because you're being paid.
Like, be present. They weren't being present. Yes. Now, the other side of things, like, everything else was great. We had a great time. Like, I went in knowing that it could be bad just because of my friends. But for me, because I knew what to expect, and because I knew that I wanted to see the changes and I wanted to experience it, I went into knowing that I was going to have fun no matter what. And clearly, you guys know I'm an adult. I'm 28, and this person next to me is older. They're older.
Yes, older.
But we're both childlike, right?
Yes,
we're very childlike.
Very young at heart.
And so we go into things that people expect it to be bad. We expect the best out of the badness. Does that make sense?
Right. We bring to it what we hope to get out of it.
Yeah. And so it becomes a better experience for both of us.
Yes.
Because we know that other people don't enjoy it, so we're going to enjoy it for them. And they might not never feel it, they might never get it, they might never understand it, and that's on them. Yes. And that's for you guys too. I feel like that's a good advice. Like, it doesn't matter what like, you can enjoy something for somebody else even when they say they don't like it or enjoy it, and it becomes your experience, and then it's just about perspective, really.
Right.
And
or finding the positive.
finding the positive.
Yeah, in little things.
There's a lot of people that don't even search for the positive. They just let the negative be the negative.
Right.
And I feel like that's not my world, and I don't think it's yours either.
No, not my world at all.
I feel like since you do a lot of stuff with a lot of people, and you do a lot of helping other people, I'm going to say in that tone.
And preschool to like 3 to 4 year olds. So you feel like you always have, you want them to be excited about school and about, crafts.
Because I know the younger
and
kids, you have to do that. With the older kids, a lot of teachers are like, oh, we're just here to teach them. We're not expected to make learning fun. But if done the right way and it made fun, they learn things that the boring stuff doesn't teach them. And it's just like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I feel like I'm right in a way.
Yeah. I feel like, most people do not like to go to work.
Right.
Yeah. But then they kind of just cause like a bummed out, bad day experience for themselves.
Yeah.
And
I love my job, though.
Yes.
I absolutely love my job because I chose my job.
Right.
And I chose but I also run my job.
Oh, well, you run, yes.
So, but like, I feel like you love your job too, because you love collecting things and you love doing things for your kids, and going into it what you're going to do that day, and you're going to be a positive influence on those kids.
And the kids say funny things, and the kids, laugh and get excited.
Yeah.
And if they get hurt, I love to be like,
so
the mom to
this
them.
started off being about Chuck E. Cheese, but now it's about how do we impact others better, and how do we spread kindness to people, even when we don't have the energy to.
Yes.
I'm sure there's days when you absolutely have no energy to spread love to other people.
Sure.
And you don't have any energy to spare. Is there any tools that you use to help yourself when you're in that moment, even when you're like surrounded by kids?
Well, so I honestly think like you can, if you go in, I wake up some mornings and I'm like, oh, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
And, how am I going to get through this day?
Yeah.
And then you kind of get around, you have breakfast, you have your coffee, whatever. Yeah. And I feel like if you walk in like with a smile and you are kind and greet people, it helps yourself to boost your own mood.
Yeah.
And, those around you. And there's always some sense of humor to laugh at and people that are kind back. And so then your mood changes.
Do you think that maybe the fact that you realize when you're with people that you're not alone in this, does that help?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Because sometimes even to share with someone else, like, oh, are you tired too? Or like what are your teaching plans today? And oh, I really didn't prepare as much as I should.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, we can do this, and let's get some things together, and or can I borrow that worksheet and make some copies and do that coloring, project, whatever. Then
I feel
people
like
help each other for sure.
I feel like I tend to go to the kindness corner more when I'm having a bad day, because I notice that, like, even though I'm having a bad day, like, there's days where I absolutely cannot go when I'm having a bad day because I know it's just going to bring the whole thing down. Yeah. But there's other days where I'm like, maybe this will work, and I go there and I find that just smiling and listening to the music I'm listening to, because I listen to positive,
seeing people's music, waves or smiles,
it really helps, and it means a lot to me. And it just like, okay, they're encouraging me, they're being encouraging of me, and they're there for me. I'm not gonna be
but they appreciate what you're doing, and they give back.
Yeah, I mean, they literally give back, not just smiles and stuff, but like a lot of the projects that have been funded have been because of people's acts of kindness.
Yes.
And their willingness to be like, oh, I know what she's doing, I know what kind of thing she's doing, I want to be a part of it. We hit like 160, almost 170 people on the Love Forever Project Facebook page.
Oh, that's so great.
And it's not even been I don't think it even has been a whole year yet.
So wonderful.
So it's just like crazy to think about that and really dig into that. Well, I think
it's easier to be negative and down.
Yeah.
Than to make some effort. No, I mean, yeah, it's easier to be negative and down.
There's effort to go into being kind and
to
loving.
being positive and to bringing yourself back up.
This world is made to bring you down. This world is made to set up traps for you. That's why.
That's exactly true.
Why biblically it talks about being different than the world. It talks about spreading love and kindness. That's why the Bible talks about these things, because the world is meant to be a downer. The world is meant for darkness. The world is meant for all this awful negativity and this awful disgustingness.
Yes.
Whereas God is calling us to love one another, be there for one another. It says to have friends that are closer than brothers. It says to have a community and be with a community. I read a verse today in Proverbs. It was like Proverbs 20, I want to say 20 or 20 something. It's 20 something.
Okay.
But it was saying sleep. Okay. And there are verses in the Bible that promote sleep. This one's the opposite.
Okay.
But this one's like sleep is for the lazy, basically.
Okay.
And that to be awake is to work and be awake. You get food for a whole year. Basically, is what it said. Now there is verses that say rest is good. Resting in the Lord is good.
Jesus wants us to have our rest.
Yes, I mean he rested in the boat, for goodness sakes. But like this all relates to, again, just loving on people, being there for people, and
what you have to give.
Yeah,
and then important. I think you get back.
Yeah.
What you get.
Well, it also says that anything that's not given back to you on earth will be given to you in heaven.
Yes.
So not to expect earthly gifts, because anything you get on earth, you will not get in heaven.
Yes, because there's a whole nother life waiting for us.
Yes. So I think we're done. Do you think we're done? Okay. Well,
so Chuck E. Cheese, not a negative.
Yeah, no.
You know, I just think maybe somebody on the staff that's higher up needs to get them a little more excited about their job and what they're doing.
And that's not every Chuck E. Cheese. We're not talking about every Chuck E. Cheese. No. We're just talking about the experience today. It was a great experience overall. Yes. It's funny how this turned in from Chuck E. Cheese to talking about perspectives and way of thinking and how we can do better ourselves
on a daily basis.
So, but yeah, anyways, I hope you guys have a sparkling, fantastic rest of your guys' day, that you remember that you're loved, you're cared about. Jesus loves you, and I do too. Sparkle on, my beautiful and wonderful sparkles. Talk to you later.